Alex Poitin was harshly criticized in his preparation for the fight against Magomed Ankalaev. In this video, you will see all the UFC fighters who are rooting against the Brazilian, saying that Ankalaev will run over Alex Poitin. Now check out exactly who these fighters are and what they commented about Poitin and Ankalaev. First, as was to be expected, check out what Jamal Rio commented about Alex Poitin, saying that Ankalaev will indeed defeat the Brazilian. Even Jamal, having already had disagreements with the Russian, was even insulted by Ankalaev.
Magomed striking is seriously being slept on here. It's seriously being slept on here. I don't believe that Pereira sits back and kind of wants to fight out of the pocket. All right, he wants to put the pressure on him and land good hard shots from the outside. Problem with that is Magomed is a counter striker. If you go back and you look at his last few fights, he counters. He waits for you to throw, waits for you to overexert yourself, and even off of feints, if you feint and it puts your feet in the wrong spot, he's countering you.
Yeah.
He's countering you. He counters with combinations. They're fast, and he mixes up his punches. So he has a variety of strikes available at his disposal. And then the wrestling. I believe the wrestling will play a huge factor whenever Alex tries to corner him. I believe Magomed should sit back, be patient, and be ready for those counters, because that's when Khalil was landing. He was landing off of counters. Right? Be patient. Let him try that power. Because whenever Pereira enters, he enters. It's always that one big shot. It's a big shot that he enters with to kind of hit you, to kind of stun you, to where he can start unloading combinations on you. From there, one shot against Magomed will get you countered and could possibly get him knocked out. I see a place where Magomed counters and knocks out Alex. I know I'm gonna get hate for this one, but I get hate anyway. Fuck y'all. I'm probably gonna go with Magomed. I just got a feeling that I feel he has more tools to win. Obviously, Alex has that one hit wonder. If he catches you, he can put you away. But I believe Magomed also has that. He has the speed, the patience to counter. He's been in this position before, and he let the title slip out of his hands once before. And I believe he'll be a lot more focused, locked in for this. And I believe he just has more ways. Ultimately, he just has more ways to win. So I'm gonna go with Magomed Ankalaev.
Now see what Michael Bisping, who frequently doubts Alex Poitin's ability, commented about this fight, where he explains why the Brazilian signed his death sentence after accepting the fight against the Russian.
Alex Pereira just signed his death warrant. His run as a light heavyweight champion is coming to an end. It's not been a good time for Alex Pereira, and as I said right now, he's just signed his death warrant. Of course, I'm talking about the announcement that was made on Saturday night. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. Of course, Alex Pereira took to Twitter, "See you soon, Ankalaev," and Ankalaev responded. He said, "You just signed your death certificate. I'm going to punish you for ducking me and making you look like a guy that works in a tire shop, not a professional fighter." Magomed Ankalaev, I do believe, provides the toughest test of his light heavyweight run. As we know, Pereira moved up to the light heavyweight division, and now, in a very short time, he has had 4 successful title defenses. I mean, that is incredible. But a lot of those guys, when you look at them, they're not the biggest 205ers. Magomed Ankalaev, this guy is an absolute gigantic light heavyweight. He stands at 6'3" tall. Now, Magomed Ankalaev said all along he's not going to wrestle him, and he's not an Islam, he's not a Habib, but he does come from Dagestan, and we have seen him wrestle before. And if it comes down to it, he probably will use it again. And I know Pereira trains hard. There's a reason why the man's successful in the first place, but he's got to be careful. Magomed Ankalaev just coming off that war with Alexander Rakic. So Magomed Ankalaev, Alex Pereira, finally going down. UFC 313, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada, and apparently Alex Pereira just signed his death warrant.
Chael Sonnen also did not hold back his criticism against Alex Poitin, saying that while the Brazilian is enjoying his celebrity life, Magomed Ankalaev remains focused and training hard for the fight. This worries me. This whole situation worries me a lot. Training on the road is complicated. You might be able to fit in a workout, but usually that means running on the treadmill in the hotel lobby. Maybe you and your coach clear a small space in the room and do some pad work. But it's not the same. The training is not the same. Meanwhile, Ankalaev is not doing media, not on tours. He's focused, isolated in the Caucasus region, in the mountains. I think this is a relevant factor. Ankalaev will say one thing in the media and do another in the octagon, and I think he should indeed do that. But, regarding being a striker or a grappler, we have to take these guys at their word, and Ankalaev says about himself, "I am a kickboxer." So we are forced to accept that. Also see what Dominique Cruz said about this matchup, explaining why he believes Ankalaev will end up becoming the new champion. Light heavyweight, marking the end of Alex Poitin's reign.
Oh, I absolutely love it because, first of all, you've seen the streak that Pereira's put together. It's about time we see him versus a giant that can really take his punch. I think that's the difference. Can Ankalaev take the power? And you've watched Pereira, if you watch the film, he's training with heavyweights in boxing, and so his striking is looking phenomenal if you just watch the films that he lets you see. But Ankalaev doesn't let you see anything, so you have no reads, you don't know how good his striking is or isn't. And he says he's going to strike, but I hope not, to be honest, because you want to see Pereira really challenged, and I think the best way that Ankalaev can challenge him is by mixing the striking and the wrestling together. There's a beauty to see alone in just that, mixing the two arts, rather than I'm just going to wrestle him or I'm just going to strike with him. Like, I want to see the beauty and the art of Ankalaev mixing the grappling and the striking together, and I think that's the key to beating somebody like Pereira. You have to do that.
Finally, Daniel Cormier commented that Alex Poitin was traveling too much due to his commitments, and this is extremely bad for the Brazilian. Since Ankalaev is 100% prepared for this fight and very focused. Ankalaev is in Vegas. I met him at PI last week and, honestly, he is completely focused, ready to win this fight against Alex Pereira. The people, the odds makers who set the odds, have placed Ankalaev as the favorite. But the world can't imagine Pereira losing because they are captivated by him. Let's see that Ankalaev, who fought in the 4th and 5th rounds against Blachowicz. Especially now, watching the footage and seeing that Blachowicz managed to keep Pereira on the ground for long periods. Pereira needs to go back home. He will have to deal with all this travel and the time zone difference. He needs to go back home now and ensure he is fully focused, because this is, in my opinion, the toughest fight of his reign so far. Hey guys. It seems that Alex Poitin is still being underestimated by some people, and they claim that the Brazilian will be run over by Magomed Ankalaev. But in your opinion, do you think Alex Poitin slacked off too much in his preparation and will lose this fight to Ankalaev? Leave your opinion in the comments so we can chat about it. If you truly like MMA and enjoy staying updated on everything happening in the world of fights, without a doubt, it will be very worthwhile for you to check out these other two contents that are appearing on the screen. These two videos are extremely important, and I am absolutely sure that you will enjoy them a lot and will be well informed about the latest news happening in the world of MMA. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like to help spread the content, and see you next time.